Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video I want to talk about Litecoin and just do a quick update on Litecoin based on the previous video I made talking about Litecoin that looking very bullish, is coming to that resistance line, and what are the upside targets and what are some downside risk. Alright, so before we get started, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, hit those notification icon so you can get the videos right away. If you think this is helpful, if you think this content is helping you with your investment trading, please give me a like, thumbs up, so it gives me motivation to do these videos for you. Alright, as I have mentioned before, my channel is not monetized. I don't get anything. As you can see, there is no monetization on my channel, so this is purely from educating the users like you, especially the new investors who are coming into this market for first time in their life, and giving them education over the years, because I remember when I was the first time user coming into the market in early 2000, and I did not have this kind of content or this kind of learning experience, and I wish I did. So I'm trying to do it right and trying to make it sure like people who are new time investor are not getting burned or not getting discouraged by bad investment strategies and bad attitude in the market. So just want to give pass on that knowledge to next generation to come, and hopefully they learn something and apply to their investments. Okay, all right, so before we get started, let's just recap on Litecoin real quick. I like doing it, so it gives you what's going on in the bigger picture, and then we can come to the macro level and discuss that. So Litecoin initial had the big breakout came in December time frame. It spiked up all the way to 400 levels. It was pretty overstretched at that point. I had a Litecoin. I sold a lot of the Litecoins at that level. Since then it had a minor pullback, try to bounce again, but quite not work. The overall market sold off, and since then we have been in the steady downtrend. And I started buying some Litecoins right around that 106 levels. I did some quick couple of days trade on that, and I honestly wasn't really looking for Litecoin, but one of the viewers mentioned it, and I have mentioned her a few times before, so thank you, Pamela, again. That was a good trade. And if I watch all the comments that you guys are posting, and I look at those coins too, and if I see something that I really think that is eye-catching or something that I need to do a video on, I will do a video on it right away. I won't wait around to do the discussion. I will maybe post a comment on it, and we'll look into it, and then do the video, so the broader community will benefit on that as well. And this was one of the scenarios where I looked at the chart. I think the risk to reward was greater in Litecoin at that point. It was coming to that oversold territory, and just the support level was good, and just the minimum, the downside risk was lower, and the upside potential was higher. So the risk to reward ratio was much better at that point, and I still think that is the case in Litecoin right now, especially when we are breaking this upper resistance trend line right now. So the key is we need to close above this trend line. We already are above this trend line right now on daily, but the key is we need to close that candlestick above that trend line. And as I have said it before, I am very much right now, the sell-off that happened, especially the second leg down in cryptocurrency, happened due to the overall global market sell-off. And I've been watching the stock market, the Dow, Nasdaq, S&P 500, they opened up positive. So there is an old saying in in stock market that especially at the open at 9:30 Eastern, you have a lot of amateurs, retail trader that comes into the market, and by the end of the last hour to last half an hour of the trading, from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., you will see a lot of institutional or professional trader coming into the market. So if you look at the smaller time frame, if you see the volume spike at the end of the day, you will see that's mainly due to the institutional and the bigger professional trader coming into the market. The volume that you see in the morning, that tend to be more of a retail trader, smaller traders who are buying, and institutional trader usually don't like to buy it in the morning until, like, you know, the 10:30 mark. So I will be watching this market closely, and we'll be seeing if the people are selling into this you know, the S&P gains that we have, the minor gains we have, like 0.7%. If people are selling into it, people are holding on to it, or people are like just buying more and pushing it higher. That will be a key event that I will be watching, and that will also dictate how we are trading in the crypto as well. The crypto market, it's not going to move on its own. We need external funds, external traders to come in to get us out of this downward momentum right now we are in it. So I am cautiously optimistic. All right, so I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm not gonna say, hey, we have seen the bottom. We can see another leg down if there's a big if we get, like, you know, another major push in the global market. That's the cryptocurrency will not see, in my opinion, let me put it this way, in my opinion, we will not see a leg down in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency unless we get a major push down in the global market. Okay, so I hope I'm making myself clear. So for the short term, I think this bottom will hold. It's looking pretty solid as long we have the global market remains holding their lows. Okay, so as long they hold their lows, I don't see a drop in cryptocurrencies or making toward their this previous lows. Okay, all right, so that's Litecoin. As I said, we need to make sure we are staying above this trend line, and we need to get a little bit more volume. I see the volume is not coming in yet, so I'm not, like, that's why I'm keep on saying I'm cautiously optimistic. I want to see some more volume come in into Litecoin, into crypto market in general, to be you know, getting more comfortable and going toward the next resistance level, which is around 161, and then which are going to be around 165, and then 174. Okay, so that's for short term. Let's look at the 4 hours. So in 4 hours, as I said, we broke that resistance line, and we are trying to push ourselves above that resistance line. So I see there's an inverse, you know, kind of head and shoulder pattern going on. I can see inverse head and shoulders are bullish pattern. So if we can break that neckline of around 160 mark, I think we have a good potential to run toward 170, 175 mark in short term. All right, we created that double bottom in Litecoin earlier this week, and since then it's been nice. It's looking nice. I mean, this chart is looking nice. No complaints from me in this chart. It's looking nice. Overall market is dictating a lot of things right now, so it's also dependent on that overall global market. But in my opinion, as long as the global market stays positive, we have a nice uptick. We can get a nice uptick in overall cryptocurrency. Litecoin is breaking this resistance trend. A lot of people will come in, and, you know, there will be a lot of softwares that are, like, you know, watching this kind of, you know, resistance level, and they will trigger alert for the investors that, hey, we are breaking this trend line, and we are, you know, there might be a momentum, and that might bring more investors and trader into Litecoin and into crypto as general. All right, so And I want to cover this, like, this major drop that we had in S&P 500 and the whole overall market. The drop like this does not happen when you have people clicking sell, sell, sell. Okay, let me be very specific on this. Okay, you see this 5%, 6% drops in the S&P 500. They don't have this kind of drop does not happen when traders are physically going in and hitting those sell orders. This kind of drop happen when the computers are like designed, the algorithms for the their trading strategies are based on the algorithms of, hey, if it's crossing the 10-day moving average, sell, 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 sell. And they don't sell like in like hey, small order, or like they start going large because they don't want to be the last one holding the bags. And when they're buying, see this, all this buys from August. If you see from whole 2000, let's see whole 2000, right? All this buys, if you see those candlesticks, they're small candlesticks. What does that tell you? That tells you that people, when they're investing in a smaller amount because they are not very sure about the future. They're not very sure about the outcome. So let's say I'm like investing $1,000 in stock market on S&P 500, and I'm a professional trader, right? I'm a professional trader. I'm investing. I want to invest $1,000, right? Let's say $100,000. Let's make it $100,000. So, like, I'm a professional trader. I have $100,000 that I want to invest in the stock market. What I will do is I'll place small orders because I don't want to. I'm optimistic, but I don't want to be very optimistic where I'm gonna get, hey, this is gonna go to 2,900, and we are just sitting at around 2,200 on S&P 500. So that's almost 1,000 point gains. So what I will do as a professional trader, or what I will trigger on my algorithm is like buying at a smaller position, and which I always emphasize buying in the smaller amounts, like not going all the way in, not going buying all at once. So all these traders, they're buying small, smaller portion, 5% right now, another 5% if it breaks the certain resistance level, another 5. So what I'm trying to say is they're adding onto their position as the market goes up. See all those candlesticks, smaller candles, because they're adding onto their positions as the market goes up. They're not buying all at once. If they all buy it all once, then we will have the huge spike up right here. You'll see the major candlestick go up like that. But when they go up, they buy in smaller portion. They have the trading algorithms that buy in a smaller portion because they don't want to go all in. They don't want to put all their eggs in one basket, because if that happens, then they won't get the best prices, because that will happen. That will create a disbalance in supply and demand, because when they're buying it, they have to buy it from someone else. They have to buy it from the other trader. And if they're buying everything at once, the other trader might be thinking, oh my God, Jim here is buying everything all at once. There must be something he knows that I don't want it. I don't know about it, so I don't want to sell it. So what what creates is then the price goes. It creates that demand becomes higher than the supply. Okay, so that's what they're trying to avoid during this leg up. But when it comes to the selling, everybody wants to get out of the at the same time, because nobody wants to hold that bag. Nobody wants to be the last one holding that door for the exit door for someone behind you. They won't be screw this, I'm out of here. So when they put that sell order, when they put their limit loss or stop loss orders, they are putting it at okay, if the market goes below 2,800, sell everything. All right, especially the hedge funds, they are small, they can get in and out of the market, and that's when you see this kind of drops. That's when you see this kind of ripple effect. Because let's say if the Jim is selling it, Jim as a professional trader selling it, Mike as another professional seller is oh my God, Jim just sold all of his portfolio. He's going into in fiat currency. He doesn't want to hold anything. So what I also try to sell my thing, and I don't want to be. And I mean they They have computers to do those things. They don't physically go and click sell on their exchanges. They don't do that. They have computer, especially the hedge funds and the bigger investment institutional trader. They have computers. They have computers. They have this computer scientists, they have like a lot of technical guys who are like, good with numbers. They have this algorithm that is proprietary to their firm, needs. That's what they have created, and it's all done by computers. This drops, trust me, this drops right here, they are computer driven drops. This buying pattern here, majority of them are computer driven buying patterns. So the traditional Wall Street is going away from those traders who are placing the bets. Placing the buy and sell order individually. Rather than that, now you have team of 7-8 people who are analyzing writing all these algorithms and just plugging those number into computers. And that's what Wall Street have become now. If you this has been going on since I actually joined the market, which was in early 2000. This computer algorithm trading been going on since then, but it really picked up around 2007, 2008. People started knowing more about it. All the black box that are sitting next to the Nasdaq exchange. And now it's really it become more mainstream. A lot of even the trader who are sitting on all the way in Denver, Colorado, or offices like Goldman Sachs has their office in Denver, Colorado. They have offices on the San Francisco coast. So they are all doing it based on this computer trading. So what I'm trying to explain you here is these drops are computer driven drops. And if we don't get enough momentum, enough buyer here, at this point we can see another push toward that 2400 mark. We can retest that low around 2400 mark. So I won't be, I know these levels because I've been part of that whole 2007 2008 crash. So this thing that this kind of thing, you have to go through it in order to understand and deeper knowledge. All right, so coming back to Litecoin, all right, so we need to stay above the trend line, and I will be doing another video just to catch up on XRP. Right now is breaking, and we'll cover NEO as well. All right, so again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Please hit that like button if you think this was helpful, and I will be making more videos for you today. All right, thank you.